Then I think my definition of a soft life is one where I am able to be authentic within myself, whatever that moment calls for.
Okay.
Right? There are moments that calls for strength, but I don't need it to be misconstrued as if I'm trying to be overly masculine for someone. There are moments that call for vulnerability, but I don't need it to be misconstrued as weakness. But no matter what the moment calls for, my authentic self will rise to that occasion. The ability to be at peace with me causes calm, and a calm place is a soft space for me. Right?
I know you wanna get away, and you need time to yourself. Feeling so overwhelmed with problems, seems like nothing can solve it. Know you need a mental break. Well, come on and pull up a chair and have some fun with a couple friends just like you. Oh, this is Aunties and Murmosas. If you come in a little closer, you'll see we live life like we're supposed to. So come on in and join the fun.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Aunties and Murmosa. I'm your girl, Dr. Shar.
And I'm your girl, Miss Lady.
And y'all, we got another auntie with us this week. Miss Shammah Joy.
Hey, y'all.
She's with MurMur Rum. Y'all, remember we did tell y'all about MurMur Rum. We didn't have a drink and everything.
We didn't drunk it up. We had to go ahead and bring the founder.
Bring it back.
to y'all.
Yes, we had
I'm
to
so
bring
glad
it back.
to be here. Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Yes,
Thank you
we're
for
going to
coming.
have fun today.
Yes,
You
we
ready?
are.
Yes.
It's mandatory.
Okay.
So we're going to jump on down to our drink of the week. So, you know, we got to start with, of course, the MurMur coconut rum. We have Prosecco, pineapple juice. We garnish with lime, pineapple, and pink edible glitter.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you can ring for champagne for us.
Oh.
Okay.
There
Here
we go. There we
How
go.
many times do I ring?
Oh,
champagne? Okay,
let's
sorry.
go. Let's go. Keep ringing
And then
it.
we're going to
Keep ringing it.
cheers.
We're going to cheers.
Everybody
Can you get it?
cheers.
Don't threaten me with a good
Cheers,
time.
cheers.
Cheers.
And give it a
Clank,
taste.
clank.
All right. Here we go. Y'all, it does it every time.
Just like I remember.
Yep.
Amen.
Every time.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Praise him.
Well, y'all, we gonna make sure we get y'all the link and everything. Go get y'all some MurMur Rum.
Yes.
Look, because I'm gonna drink it straight here in a little bit.
Put on a little ice. It's still good. It's still
It's
good.
still good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our icebreakers for this week.
So our first question of the week is, what age did you have your first drink? And can you tell us your story behind it?
Ooh. So, real talk. I was like 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. We love the Lord. Not scared of my mom.
Yeah.
But I digress.
think
Yeah,
we all
20. Do I remember? And it was like a fuzzy navel or something. Yeah, it was like a fuzzy navel. And I think my best friend, we stole it from my best friend's mom. I'm sorry, Mama Lori.
Oh.
Yeah, but y'all had a lot of fuzzy navels in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then we all shared it. And we
Not
just
that y'all shared one
Listen,
fuzzy
we
navel.
we
One.
were doing a lot.
She said we was doing a lot.
We did that.
Okay.
And I hadn't thought about it in so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I think my first drink was with Tab, our t-shirt lady.
Tab's Tea Shop.
Tab's Tea Shop. Look, so we was at her house and they had some Everclear.
Oh,
I don't know
no,
why
ma'am,
it was
Pam.
Out the window?
out the window.
Sheesh.
And we drank all a little bit of it, and I said, never ever again.
And that's why you don't like drinking right now.
That's probably why
Because
I don't
that was a
like
horrible
to drink.
first
experience.
Because-
That was
well, I'm
not
just
the
saying
way.
that's what we had,
That
and
was-
that's what we drank. I don't know if she remembered that, but Tab, it was at your house. When we
I mean, Miss
used-
Tab, if you didn't like them, you could have just said that. We didn't want to be their friend no more. You had
But
to
I think
take
it
them
was
out.
like her stepmom's drink, and so we was just in there. So it wasn't like she bought it or
About to
nothing
say,
like
dang,
that.
Miss
But we was
Tab.
16. We was young, so
Bless
yeah.
him.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
so glad you're still here.
Yeah, because it was
Coulda
just a
went
little
another way.
drink. It was
Coulda
just
went
a
another
little
way.
drink. Yeah, could have.
Oh, my first drink story. Shout out to all my Creole people from
Okay.
Louisiana.
Let's go.
Because definitely was way before 20.
Mhm.
Definitely was also before 16.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Because I was probably like 12.
okay,
Wow.
that's all right.
Oh, wow.
That's all right.
So in culture in Louisiana, as a kid, if you keep looking at your parents drink, they're going to be like, taste it.
Well, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
So
that's one way.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not alcoholic though.
Yeah.
That part.
I have that gene too. Because I'd be like, just taste it. Here, you want some?
Yeah. So we, I want to say I had to be like 12. We were all sitting around. It was like probably a barbecue or something. And had one of my mom's fuzzy navels.
Oh.
But I gulped it.
Oh.
Gulped like half of it. Then my stomach started hurting.
Yeah.
Because you wasn't ready.
Wasn't.
Probably hadn't eaten.
Now I'm sure I had a rib and a hot link or something.
Right.
Because
we do know it's like 0.5% in fuzzy navel. So technically you might have just drank it fast and the bubbles got to
you. Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that was my first drink story. So
okay, we all started young.
Shout out to fuzzy navel being great. Just out here
in the Black community.
Just
in the Black community.
Just out here giving everybody first and carrying on. All right. Seagrams, we see you.
We see you.
Seagrams.
Okay, describe yourself in 3 words.
Empower, educate, elevate.
All right.
Okay.
I think those would be my 3.
Miss Lady.
Intelligent, trustworthy, hardworking.
Okay. Fun. Ambitious and loving. That's what I would say.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
Fun, ambitious, and loving.
That's awesome. Y'all could have sent me these questions ahead of time so I could like prepare.
Oh
no, we like to get you off guard.
Like,
that's why.
Is that really? I mean, what else? You know,
what else is about me? You want to add like 6 more?
Right.
That's just what came to
right.
you.
That's just that was brought to you by the letter E. You know,
right.
Can I give you something by the letter P? But anyway, go ahead. I'm ready.
That's all right. That's all right.
So our next topic is going to be our Get in Your Bag. So if you've been following along, then you know that we have been talking about mortgage interest rates. So the Get in Your Bag this week is just to give people an idea of the difference of FHA versus conventional.
Okay.
Because a lot of times in our community, that FHA loan is pushed on us. Like, hey, get that FHA loan. FHA is not always fiscally the best option.
Okay.
And fiscally as in financially, sorry. But it's not always the best option because typically for a 30-year conventional fixed rate mortgage, the rate right now is 5.625. But for a FHA 30-year fixed rate mortgage, the rate is 6.125. So that's almost a full percentage above what the conventional rate is. They're pushing the FHA rate because the FHA mortgage, you can qualify at a lower credit score.
Okay.
And you typically have less down payment. Typically they want 3.5% down. So more lower income families and things would qualify for that. But you have to remember with an FHA loan, they also want your PMI in your payment. So for example, these going to be some lowball numbers. If you had a $600 mortgage and then your interest and insurance were $400, now your payment is $1,000 a month. Whereas with a conventional mortgage, that's not required. And you can set up to pay your insurance and property taxes throughout the year, like quarterly, or you can do one lump sum payment to your county at the beginning of the year, your choice. So this is just a clear example of how higher credit scores will save you money in the long run. So we are always advocating for keeping on top of your credit, making sure you're paying your bills on time, make sure that credit score is up because it's going to ultimately, yes, you can become a homeowner, but with that conventional loan, you will end up saving more over time.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I have a question. So like if someone does their payment like twice, right? You do half at the beginning or half in the middle. Is it true that over time that you actually end up paying less?
If you specify that you're going to be paying principal more towards your principal, any overages on your mortgage, the way that you're saying is typically for a simple interest loan. Mortgages aren't simple interest loans, but car payments are.
Okay.
So if you do a car payment, then that splitting the payment every 2 weeks or whenever your pay cycle is, that is better.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good to know. That's good to know. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and jump into Get Your Health. So this week, I don't know if y'all been on TikTok, but I've been on TikTok just a little bit. And they've been talking about adapalene, which is a cream. I got it right here because I've been using it. But it's a cream and it helps with acne scars. It also helps with hyperpigmentation. It also helps with if you have acne, it's an acne treatment. So you just put like a little dab on your face at nighttime, rub it in. You don't want to use it every single day, but you start off by using it like 2 times a week or 3 times a week. And then it helps clear up those acne scars. So I have like a lot of acne scars on my cheeks. And so I've been using it. It's clearing up my acne scars. Now it will, when you first start, it will have you, kind of breaking out because your skin's got to get used to it. But after that, it's going to have your skin real soft and smooth. It also helps with, it has retinol in it. So it's going to help with those fine lines and things like that on your skin. So,
Nice.
us aunties, we getting a little old. We're getting a little old, little skin wrinkles and stuff like that. Yeah.
We seasoned.
So, but we still have, some of us still have acne and, you have those breakouts. So, get you some. It was only $14.99 at Target. You can use your HSA card with it. So,
all right.
because it is a medical product. So, get you some. I ain't promoting different, but I'm just saying.
So, just being in the beauty industry, just something to keep in mind. If you're going to use something with retinol, be careful with getting waxes because it'll burn your skin.
Yes.
Yeah. And then if just to test it on an area on your skin first, because you could have, I have extreme eczema, really, really sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that's new, like you said, it's going to really burn at first initially, or you may have some discomfort. So test it on a part of your body that's soft skin on your hand is similar to your face, but then it ain't going to mess up your face because nobody have time to be explained. Like, come on, somebody. No one's doing that.
Yeah.
So just keeping that in mind and really looking at those ingredients, because a lot of times there's things that you're allergic to that you don't realize until you really start reading all of the stuff that's in there just to be on the safe side. So
allergies are something that pop up for me because I never knew that I was allergic to nickel. I went and got my belly button pierced when I was 18 and it never healed.
Wow.
And end up having to go to a dermatologist and found out you're allergic to nickel. So that's why I didn't heal, because there was nickel in the piercing.
Your allergies do change too throughout the years too. Like how your taste buds change every 7 years. So allergies do change. You can grow out of allergies. So.
Yep. And if you live in Texas, you will grow into
them.
them.
Yes, because I have some kind of allergy in my ear. I wake up and my ear be burning.
Really?
Yeah, I need to go to
That's different.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's real different because I'll wake up and I'll be like, ow.
Like on the inside or the outside?
On the inside.
Burning?
Burning. Like I'll wake up and it'll be like burning.
Wow, friends.
Yeah, I know.
When are we going to the doctor? Because that's not...
I need to go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. That's where I need to go to.
Yeah.
Not just the regular medical doctor.
Yeah.
So... I know.
Heal the Lord.
Praise Him. Yes, praise Him. Yes.
You don't want that.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into our topic. So our topic this week is living a soft life.
It's been all over social media.
It has been.
Promoting that soft life.
Yes. I might need another guess. Listen, I don't know. Okay.
We'll see. We're going to see.
Gird my loins.
We're going to see it. We're going to see.
Here we go.
So the definition of the soft life is a lifestyle that emphasizes comfort, relaxation, and well-being over societal expectations and productivity.
Okay.
So
That's not what I expected that definition to be.
Because that's the real definition. But social media is going to put their own spin on everything. So more and more women are wanting to live the soft life and not wanting to be so independent and be in that masculine energy, but be more in their feminine energy. So what is your idea of a soft life?
Okay, so just for clarity, the definition versus what you just stated don't necessarily correlate to me, right? The definition being self-care and doesn't necessarily correlate to my femininity versus my masculinity. So
because social media is going with the feminine
versus masculine.
Right. But the actual definition of it is something different.
Then I think my definition of a soft life is one where I am able to be authentic within myself, whatever that moment calls for.
Okay.
Right? There are moments that calls for strength, but I don't need it to be misconstrued as if I'm trying to be overly masculine for someone. There are moments that call for vulnerability, but I don't need it to be misconstrued as weakness. But no matter what the moment calls for, my authentic self will rise to that occasion. The ability to be at peace with me causes calm, and a calm place is a soft space for me. Right?
Okay.
I think that would probably, again, coming from beauty and everything, obviously you do want to take care of yourself. But I think the older that I've gotten, the more that I have realized that my mental and my emotional wellness, right, correlates more internally, is more impactful and important. Because if I'm not okay mentally or emotionally, I don't care how many facials I get. Obviously, you don't want to look like what you're going through.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if I have to make sure that my inside is my outside is a reflection of my inside.
Yeah.
And versus the other
Because you
route.
don't want to be this is gonna be real crass, but gold plated shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Well,
that.
praise God. No one.
Nobody wants to be that.
We really don't. And there are seasons and moments where you just gotta be the best you can be in that season. And that's all right too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that calls for. So I think it's just knowing that I'm good, being able to wake up and not worried about your finances,
That part.
being at peace with, the mom that I am that day, and the businesswoman I had to be that day, the friend that I could be that day, and, being kind to myself.
Yes.
That's
giving your own self grace.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Be kind to yourself.
Being kind to myself. And that's a challenging thing.
It really is, because a lot of people are just
thing.
so hard on themselves, especially now, with the economy being the way that it is. And then, just other things that are going on. People are just so hard on themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I got to make sure that I get this. Then if you have children, you want to make sure that you provide for your children and give them, the things that they need.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, you don't want to make them too spoiled. So yeah, I think being kind to yourself.
And on top of that, there's a lot of competition, especially with social media.
Oh yeah.
Where people are only showing you the small little snippets of their life. They're not showing you what they're really going through behind the scenes. So you don't want to always compare yourself. And like I said on our social media episode, I was guilty of that before. Comparing myself. I'm not there. They're married. They have kids. They have this. They have that. I'm not there yet. And then I had to get to the point where it's not my season to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
you know what? They're not there yet either, because you don't really know what it takes to make that clip.
Yeah.
Also
so,
true.
yeah, at the end of the day, that's the one thing I think social media is great, but also you have to be okay with yourself in that moment. You know what I mean? I had to do this thing like, okay, if I'm watching somebody or I'm watching something and it doesn't make me feel good, if I find myself like jealous of watching it, or like I'm getting angry or something, like I know that that's a me thing. That has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And whatever that me thing within myself, I got to disconnect from that. Like I'm not mature enough to still look at something that's pissing me off and still look at something that's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like me and my Holy Ghost is still working on that. So I will literally either take myself and remove myself from that situation so that I can figure out what you got going on. Like it's something.
Why is this triggering you?
Yeah,
what's the trigger?
you.
Like what's the issue?
Yeah.
And that me thing, so that when I see that, whether I see someone doing well or if I see someone not doing well, either way, that's what they got going on.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have anything. That has nothing to do with me until I make it something to do with me. And at the end of the day, do we know these people?
Not at all.
We do not know them.
I don't know them.
No, they
We do
not
not
paying
know,
no
but the Lord bless
bills
y'all.
over
And
here.
then the more that I realized and like looking into podcasting as we started the podcast and like learning more about social media strategies and marketing and things like that, I'm like, these people are renting houses that we actually live in to film fake content, to show that that's where they are in life. So you never know what's true.
Like, no disrespect to the hustle, right?
It's a hustle.
Because at the end of the day, it's not like the social media person or creator was like, hey, this is my whatever. They're like, point of view. I blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is your point of view.
That's your point of view
because you
for right
actually
now.
created that scenario. Like for us to put whatever mandates on people for them just putting out whatever the heck they want to. Like once again, that's a me thing. That does not affect me. It in no way is, impactful in our bottom line. So
social media is really a curated experience.
Very much so.
Very much.
And people aren't understanding that because they feel like that it's someone's real life. And it's not.
Some of it might be the real lives. You can catch some things as, with the real lives, but most of it's all fake news.
And it's okay if it is. And it's
okay because it's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
You have to remember that social media is entertainment now.
And we all need to put that thing on our phones to turn that joint off so you can live your actual life. You can live your actual life.
Yes. So being a Black woman, do you think that we get the privilege of a soft life?
Privilege. Define privilege.
Do you think that we get the opportunity?
Okay, so
it's a
tricky question.
Yes, I am of the persuasion that my life is a conglomerate of the choices that I make.
Okay,
as an adult, right?
As an adult,
the things that have happened to me when I was younger, as a child, I couldn't control those things, right? But the moment that I was able to be a big grown girl, the choices that I have made, the man that I chose, the company I worked for, the food I eat, what I put in my body have all been my choices, right? So do I have the opportunity for a soft life? Yes.
Yes.
Because I have the opportunity to choose what I do or do not do. Now, does that necessarily mean that my environment is conducive to the best choice at all times? Not necessarily, right? But I can choose the emotional reaction I have to that.
Yeah.
And the energy that I put towards something is going to return something either positive to me, it's going to feed the God and that light in me, or it's going to spread that poison that's in me. If I am walking in a perpetual space of upsetness, anger, hurt, bitterness, what have you, when a light opportunity comes, I can't see it.
You can't
see it
because I am not in the space of receiving a blessed opportunity.
Yes.
That's my choice.
Okay.
Right?
That's self-awareness.
Yes.
I like to be 100% in control of everything that I can change.
Yeah.
So I don't blame people for where I am. I don't blame people for where I'm not. Because if I blame you for something, that gives you the power over me. And that means in order for that to change, you have to do something. And I can't control
what you do.
But I can sure as hell control what the hell I do.
Okay.
So therefore, I will take ownership of it so that I can change it.
That makes perfect sense.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, that answers the question.
That answered all the questions. I agree with you, though.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. Like, I think that Black women do have the opportunity and, they do have that privilege to have a soft life. But like you said, it's the environment. It's the, what you put yourself into. Because if you grow up and, you didn't have whatever, you can say, okay, I don't want to live that life. I want to live this type of life. And if you don't strive for that, then you're going to be right there where you was.
Yeah. And if you don't know something, we can learn it, right? The things that you don't know, you can learn.
You can.
And trust me, it's hard. It is.
Very much
Ain't nobody
so.
trying to think positive when the money is crazy and the kids are screaming and your relationship is out of control and you hate your job and you F these kids. Like, no one wants to be like, today is the best day
of my life.
Yeah. But it's a choice.
It is a choice.
Like, I may not be there, but I definitely can choose my happiness or find something that brings me some happiness or create a little sliver of something to like settle my mental, otherwise I'm popping off. And that is not the vibe.
Not at all.
We have the potential, trust in all of us. You could either or and either way, it's a decision.
It's a decision.
It's a decision.
I'm gonna piggyback off something that you said when you said that you made that choice when you became an adult, because there's a lot of things that happen to people as children that formulate or form their perspective on how life should be, how life will be, or what's right, what's wrong, things like that.
Right.
But you can't always compare yourself to your parent or compare yourself to what you saw as a child. Once you become an adult and you're able to build your own spiritual relationship with God and you have your own self-awareness, it is very important that you take that and make better choices.
Go to therapy.
Therapy is important.
That's what's gonna help.
We are big proponents of therapy.
Therapy for the win.
Yeah, therapy helps.
Healing, yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
even
heal
if your
those
family won't go with you,
harms.
because some people need family therapy.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of those deep, dark secrets in the family that
Right.
people are holding on to. But even if the family won't go with you to release that, you need to go and be the generation or be the person that changes what is seen about your family or the pattern. Change the pattern.
And it's 100% okay to acknowledge, like, hey, just because I'm going to go to therapy now, or just because I'm grown up, so like now my life is whatever it is. I mean, it's all right to recognize, like, you got scars, you got hurt, you have trauma. Like, those things are very, very real.
And
like,
everybody has it.
And
it's not, it doesn't matter,
you
know, what type of life you grew up. Everybody has some type of childhood trauma.
Yeah. So it's not to negate it. It's not to discredit it. It's not to say that it's not real. It's not to say, like, just get over things, because that's not a real thing either. If your leg is broken, please go to the doctor.
Yeah, you can't just get over it.
You cannot. And please don't put a Band-Aid over that bone that's sticking out your leg, friend. Like, there's real work that's got to be done there for healing, right? But guess who? The only person that can do that work is still you.
Yeah.
You're the only one that can still do that work.
Great on the self-care episode.
I know. Yeah, would have been real good.
Yeah. That's okay. You bring a pivot.
Yeah,
soft self-care out here.
Soft self-care, right?
That's okay.
Yeah, same thing.
So the other thing that we wanted to talk about is the social media version of soft life.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are online and you see women targeted saying, "Oh, I'm in my soft woman era." I think that's what it's called. Am I right?
Soft girl era.
Soft girl era.
Whatever.
Sorry. When they say they're in that soft girl era, it makes it seem like they are being trophy wives, maybe.
Yeah,
on social media,
pampered,
in relationships where it's just about the money, just to be taken care of. That's how social media is spinning soft girl.
Yes, in some instances. I think in other instances, it's a woman being able to say, "I feel safe now."
Yeah.
Right? Like, I feel like the situation that I'm in, I feel safe and I feel secure. Now, the ones that may get the most spins may be connected to a dude that just bought her a Benz and she get to be a soft girl.
Yeah.
But it's also the same for a woman that maybe finally got her place and her kids got a place to lay their head down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And no worries. And she can sleep peacefully.
That's what softness means to me, right? When you don't necessarily have to fight all the battles on your own, or somebody can carry a little bit of that load with you or for you, right? So social media, the algorithm is gonna give you, hey, lawn man, the algorithm is gonna give you, like, the highlights of all the things that are getting 50 million views and watches.
Right.
But I know that my friends are in a soft life when she can post a picture of herself and her daughter, and I can see in her eyes that she's happy today.
Because it feels like, I'm going to say that I personally am in a point where I feel like I'm in my soft life.
Yeah.
And I can say that confidently that I'm safe.
Yeah.
I'm protected.
Yeah.
I'm happy, and that's on all different aspects.
And you have like a big, like very strong, intentional personality, right?
Yes, I am.
And it's like you'll walk into a room and it's like, oh, she's in here.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a soft space or whether you are in a fight, who you are is still going to be who you are when you walk in there. So it's not for me to say, oh, she's not soft. Because what you supposed to do? Like walk in here in flower petals? Like rolling in pink? Like what the hell?
Exactly.
Like that's a me thing.
Yeah.
My softness is my safety, is my me thing. And people need to deserve to see certain parts of you.
Yeah, everybody does not deserve
the
same version of you.
You gonna get you are my work friend. Okay? You're gonna get this work
you don't get
friend.
all of this.
You're gonna get this work.
Right. That's it. That's all you're gonna get.
But you don't get, hey baby, you don't get that because that's not your place to have it. So I think my biggest qualm with social media is the entitlement we feel to access to people's lives.
That's the
and
information.
information.
Oh,
that's not my business.
Yeah.
Like
that's
somebody
true.
like that. That's my big. You get to be 100% authentic within whatever that moment requires of you.
Yeah.
And when this is off and you get to go home and you can take a deep breath, even if it is chaos all around you, and you can smile when you go to bed, you get to live your soft life that day.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Does make sense. Okay,
You can go to the next one.
Okay.
Y'all are not drinking enough for me.
We're not drinking enough. Well,
Like
let's
this, let's
do another toast.
let's clang on the soft life, no matter what that look like. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do another toast. Let me get another drink.
That deserved a good sip. That's
Yes,
all right.
That
Line.
was a good one, though.
That deserved a good sip.
Good sip. Okay, so women in masculine energy tend to overthink, and they tend to overthink. Do you think when it comes to relationships and being in being taken care of, you tend to overthink? I just stumbled over all of that. So let me start over again.
Run that back.
Right.
Okay, so women in masculine energy tend to overthink. Do you overthink when it comes to relationships and being taken care of?
If I do, it's not because I'm being masculine. If I'm overthinking, it's because I have things that are also affected by the choices that I make. You know, I'm a mother. I have business. That's not a masculine thing.
Yeah.
That's just a part of who I am. Now, do I overthink in relationships? I have, yes, but that's because I'm coming from, a 20-year situation.
Okay.
So I need to be able to have a thought process that is conducive to the life that I'd like to have moving forward.
Yes.
Does that mean I overthink a little? Did I know I would need some mercy and a lot of grace in this season? No. Am I grateful that God has done that? Yes. But I don't think that's necessarily a masculine thing. Like I have, y'all can help me with this. In my brain, when I think masculine, it's not like a personality type to me.
Okay.
Like if I think about a man, or I think about like I think the definition of masculinity has become so like it's a negative thing. You know what I mean? And I don't understand. So masculinity equates strength, right? It equates assertiveness. It equates to what? Standing up for yourself. All of those things are deemed masculine, or like what makes something. And femininity is supposed to be like softness.
I feel like everybody has both masculinity and femininity.
Right.
Correct.
But I feel like sometimes when women are in their masculine, it's just like, I'm the head honcho. I got to do this. I got to, you don't always have to be
for me, that
like
makes
that.
me a strong woman.
Yeah, and you
like,
can
you know
be
what I'm saying?
strong.
For me, but masculinity equates to me.
But I don't want to be strong all the 100%
of the time.
Agree.
Yeah.
No.
So,
like that I agree on.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, for me, masculinity equates to the male gender. Femininity equates to me as a female. So I'm never going to be a man. Like I'm never going to be one. You know what I mean?
You're never going to be a man, but sometimes I feel like some women, they step into a masculine.
Yeah,
they have to step into that role because that's how life played out for them.
But what's the role? Let's define the role.
So gender norms, like a normal gender role, they would say the man leads the household, the man is the breadwinner, the man is this, and the woman takes care of the kids, takes care of the home, standard definition. However, in the way that society is now, it's a lot of women who are the breadwinners, running the household, taking care of everything. And you do have stay-at-home dads. So being a stay-at-home dad, does that make them feminine? And being the working mom, does that make you masculine?
No, I don't think so. I think norms were created by people who were living their life at that time.
Yeah. And even if you do sociology, it tells you that societal norms change
all
every 50 to 100 years.
Yeah.
Because about 100 years ago, they had 5-year-olds working in factories. And we ain't got no 5-year-olds working in factories right now. So
if you do, I'm calling the people.
We're
calling the people
on you.
What are you doing? Yeah, no, that's anyway, I digress on that. In terms of overthinking, yes. There are situations where overthinking is wise for me to do so that I don't make a rash decision. But I do trust my gut a lot. I'll trust my instinct. But I will always, 100% of the time, no matter what that thought or decision makes, I'll take 100% accountability of it.
Whatever the outcome is.
Right. So that if I am unhappy with that outcome because I'm accountable for it, I can change it.
Yep. Okay.
I can change it. So.
Good answer.
This family feud.
Right. What is hail to the nobody?
Yes.
So, as far as you say, you were in not healthcare, beauty industry, as well as your rum.
Spirits.
how much time do you invest into your how do I want to say this? How much time do you invest not just into your looks, but the presentation of yourself daily?
Not as long as I used to. Because as long as these edges are slick and these lashes is done, she's all right. You know what I mean? Like I've never been a full face makeup girl. Number one, no, I'm very impressed by the ladies that are able to like
every day. I'm impressed.
Every day, I can't do
absolutely
it.
not.
I can't do it.
Y'all better be glad I got
when
lotion
they be
on.
surprised when I walk into that bank with makeup on. They be like, "What? Where you going today, girl?" Y'all know I got something to do.
But I do have to do my eyebrows every day because that's about it. That's
you gonna
about
get
it.
this pencil. She's gonna arts and crafts it at the top to the best of her ability.
And these lashes,
right? As long as I can keep my lashes. If I got lashes and lip gloss, and I got lotion on my face,
okay.
And my hair will always be done, but I do hair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I will always make sure. Now there are some situations that cause for some glam. Then we level up. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get the face that God gave me on that.
Okay. That day.
You're gonna be a winner on this day.
Okay.
Monday through Friday gets about a 15-minute prep time for me.
Not me. Because I got to wash my face. I got to take my shower and everything. And my facial care take me at least 15 minutes. So
all by itself? Every time?
Every time.
Yeah, but she's working on it. You know what I'm saying? She got like that, like extra stuff she doing.
I got a little extra stuff, so I don't just wash my face and go. No, I got toners and all kind of like hyaluronic acids and all kind of stuff. Yeah, so
I got
washcloth and some Aveeno. Come on, somebody.
Listen, I got that Aveeno.
In that nighttime, we're going to get that good
scrubber thing, though. The little one you can massage your face. So I do clean with that. It's the little silicone one. So you do that, rinse everything off. Then you put your little moisturizer on, and I'm good. That's all I got.
I have my moments where I, be like, all right, we need our whoop, the whoop, and the whoop, whoop. 9 times out of 10, child. Listen, as long as my face is not dry, amen.
Dry and ashy.
And I got some lip gloss and these lashes on, we're outside.
Because thankfully, black don't crack unless you smoke it.
And African is magical.
You hear me?
Here we go.
Okay. How well do you watch your energy?
I'm very self-aware.
Very. That's great.
So
yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, I'm very self-aware. So pretty well. Yeah, I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Me too. I'm a Capricorn, so I just be sitting back and I'd be like, I don't like them. And 9 times out of 10, I'm right. I do not like that person. I don't deal with them. Like, it's just something about it. I don't know if I can read people's auras or what, but I just, something about them. Right. And 9 times out of 10, I'm usually right.
Yeah.
It's been like that for me a couple times. And I'm zodiac sign is a Gemini. So when I've had a job and I worked there and there was this one particular woman, I was like, something is not right about her. Woman never did anything to me. I wasn't mean. We weren't mean to each other. Nothing catty like that. It's like something's just off about her
she
energy.
Was eating the cats and eating the dog.
Okay. Oh, let me just
eat the cat. Eat the cat. I'm sorry.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dog.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play with y'all. Neither one of y'all.
I don't know, but she did say that cat licked the cookies that she had made and brought to the office, and that's
disgusting.
Why I never eat her potluck food.
It's disgusting. That's why we don't do potlucks.
Sorry, that was
why we don't do potlucks. That's why we don't do potlucks.
She said about the cat jumped. She said, "I brought y'all some."
She told you?
I'm sorry.
That's disgusting.
She brought them though.
She said the cat licked it.
Let me tell you.
I gotta get all the background story.
The devil is busy.
It done caught me. So she brought the cookies. They looked pretty. It's like, oh, these are cute. And she goes, yeah, I was making these last night and my cat jumped up on the counter and licked the bowl. I knew it was going to be good. And you continued to make them and then you brought them here.
First of all, you have a cat. I am not eating nothing at your house. Nothing.
Because it's
cat hair everywhere. I don't do cats.
They're not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't do cats. My baby don't even do cats. When she was 3, we got her a cat. And I walked in, she was like swinging the cat around.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
We don't do cats.
We don't do cats. We don't do cats. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't want any kind of animal in the kitchen.
Not in
You
the
know,
yeah.
not really
We
during
gonna have a
cooking
gate.
time.
Don't pass that gate.
Not during cooking time. I think I'm low key allergic to
Okay.
cats. So like when I'm around them, like my face will
You
kind of break out.
probably
It
are.
takes me a
You
little
might
bit
be.
to.
Yeah, you probably
My sister-in-law
are.
had some really cute ones. They were little baby cats or whatever. But when I woke up, you know, my face. But I stayed there for a while, and then it kind of calmed down. So it might have been like just like my initial
reaction
to them. Yeah. I don't really know too much about the zodiac stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, like my Holy Ghost will tell me if it's rocking with yours or not.
Yeah.
that part.
And
It will.
and
It will.
eventually, nothing takes the place of time. People will show you who they are,
And they show you who they are sooner or
they
later.
sure do.
Eventually,
They sure
it does.
do.
It does. But I pray, y'all. I be like, Lord, help me because of my personality, and I meet so many people,
Mhm.
and I want to believe the best in everybody.
And everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like you got to help me.
That sounds
with
like my mama. She will find the good in a
And-
cockroach.
Mm-mm.
I'll be like,
no, you have to die.
she gonna be like,
Today.
save it, put it outside.
No.
No,
Yeah,
ma'am.
no.
You are dying today.
Right here, right
Yes.
here in this moment.
Hope you go to heaven.
But yeah,
I hope you live
roach
a good
heaven.
life.
Yuck.
Mm-mm.
But so it's tough, you know,
Mhm.
especially when you're new in the industry. Like
Yes.
right, being in the alcohol industry is brand new for me.
Okay.
That's not something that, you know, my background is music and I write children's books and hair or whatever.
Mhm.
So that moving into this, it's still the business of people. That's what
Yes.
I've learned is everything
Thing
is
people.
the business of people.
Yeah.
But ooh, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild out here. Bro.
Yeah,
It's
it
wild.
really
Do
is.
being in the spirits industry, does that require you to be in some maybe nightclubs or situations that you wouldn't normally go to if you're promoting your drinks or something?
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah, ish. I mean, I could sponsor something and not
not be
necessarily
there.
have to be present.
Okay.
And then I have a great partner. Like he likes to, he'll be outside.
Okay.
So if I'm outside, I'm probably doing a tasting or
Okay.
I'm doing some kind of philanthropy, something, or we're
Okay.
sponsoring a nonprofit of some sort.
Yeah, I saw you going around the city, Specs and Total
Mhm.
Wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I leave here, I have a tasting in Deep Ellum.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So those I'll do just because I get the immediate return on that. Like I can see
right
how
then
those
and there.
efforts are paying
Mhm.
off
Okay.
by sales, right?
Makes sense.
But being in a club, I'm 42.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
8:45 night. Like, what are we like?
My eyes
Child,
are
they were like,
hurting.
it's gonna start at 11. I was
11
like,
p.m.
Today?
Oh no.
Today?
11 p.m. I am wrapped up.
At nighttime?
My feet is circling
11
on
p.m.
the
I'm over here done turned over 3 times.
But at nighttime? Like, why? Like, who's outside at nighttime? Like, why? What do we?
Didn't they make day parties for this? They make day parties for people like
my
us.
granny used to say, ain't nothing open but legs after midnight.
Come on
That's
now.
what my granny used to say.
Come on
Listen,
now.
your granny can make that 7:43 to keep the buck. Because, like, why are we outside?
Because what?
Why are we outside?
Look.
It's too late. And there are some. And listen, I will fall asleep,
Me too.
but I will also be like, "Hey, y'all," and like, "Where's my out of there? I'm gone."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showed my face. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I came. I saw.
That was
I
us. That was us a couple weeks ago.
Was
We
it?
came.
We came. We
We
said,
took
"What's
some
up?"
pictures.
We took some pictures. We had a couple drinks.
Mhm.
Gotta go.
And I was like, what time is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 8:30, Lord. It's time for us to go.
Bye. Look at the
Because
time.
I have to be at work at 5 every morning. And
My. Look at the time.
Yeah, it's time to
no.
go. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, there may be some situations that aren't necessarily my vibe
Mhm,
all the
mhm.
time. But if I'm uncomfortable with doing something, I don't do it,
Mhm.
and I won't put my baby in a situation I'm uncomfortable with either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand
neither one of
that.
us is going.
So, off topic, not on here. What was your inspiration behind starting your rum?
So my partner and I had a friend. Scott Kinchin is my partner. He's also my ex-husband.
Okay,
We were
Scott.
Hi. We
The fact that he's your ex-husband and still your partner speaks
Volumes. Yes.
about your character as a woman.
Yes.
But carry on.
Well, she was also done, and when you done,
Done,
it's all
you done.
good.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
business,
saying? Like,
baby.
right?
It's
Like,
business.
listen, let's just talk about that just real quick. Just
Mhm.
side note, we're gonna take another little pass.
Little
to the-
detour.
Wants to do it like. I find it really interesting that's the reaction. You know, I chuckle a little bit each time somebody is like, "What?
Mhm.
You work with your ex?"
Because people can't co-parent or nothing
Look.
these days. It's crazy.
Nothing.
See, the way my thought process is, if you are both done,
Because you're a mature woman.
Yes.
if you're done, then I need you to be happy and be
Be
okay.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yes.
we share children. We
Mhm.
have
Correct.
we are family forever.
Like, you're going to be at the weddings, changing grandbaby diapers, all of the above.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Right. Like, listen, it doesn't negate that whatever the situation was that put you in that space. Sure, you can have hurt. There could be residual frustration. You might not even have with that man. I get it. Yeah. Right? I get it. But to be like, oh, I can't,
Yeah.
Y'all got to figure out how to get at least to that place at some point. No matter, it's not like it's been 4 years for us.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like it just happened yesterday. Right.
Yeah.
It took some time. You have to make some space. You have to set some boundaries. We had to talk about the things that were frustrating. We had to work through it. We had to pivot and repivot, adjust and readjust or whatever until you get to the points where it was like, before we could work on this baby, we got to make sure we're all right for our actual children.
Yes.
Right? Because what I'm not going to do in this world is be a single mother in a world where the mother and the father are living.
Right. Oh, yeah.
What we will do equally is parent our children.
Come on now.
Right? What I'm not going to do is weaponize my kids because every time somebody does that, it'll come back and hurt you in the later. Long run. Right?
Yep. Very true.
So we had to figure out how to make the family piece work first before I even was willing, because when we got divorced, I was like, I don't want anything. I just want to be free. You know, I just want to be free. And it took some time to circle back around and be like, no, this is yours. This is a part of what you got going on. And once we mirror the way we co-parent Murmur, the way we co-parent our children. That's the same way. We both bust our behind for her.
Solid foundation.
Yeah. And there's no way that could have happened if we weren't intentional, you know, on that. And sometimes he was like, hey, we got to figure this out. And I'm like, you can't kick rocks in church socks and flip-flops, okay?
Okay, then.
And then sometimes it would be me, and he would be like, this number is no longer connected.
Oh.
You have reached someone that is unreachable, okay? But it took time, you know? It took time, and I think we built a really solid friendship. Like, that's my boy. Yeah. And I want to see him happy. Like, whoever he's with, I wish them happiness and peace and joy and love, and that's for real.
Yeah.
Because when my children are with you, they need you to be all right.
100%.
Yeah, they need you to be all right. And when they're with me, I need to be happy and okay. So
I agree with that.
We absolutely can partner well. And now that we're not married anymore,
it's even better.
Because you're just my partner and you're not my husband. And the way I wife, you know, like the way I wife, it's like, okay, well, daddy needs da-da-da. But the way I partner is different. My nigga, listen. So here's the thing.
This is what we're going to do.
The way it happened was absolutely not. Right? So it's
that actually, energy is different.
And there's respect. I think that's a little bit different as well. There too.
The expectations are going to be different also.
And the adjustment and expectations is such a blessing because it's unfair to say you're making a business decision, but that's my husband.
Yeah.
You got to make a business decision because that's my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You make a family decision because it's for the family. And being able to really like have those clear lines of demarcation has become a whole lot easier. And that's just because I'm like extra. Like I'm balls to the wall extra.
It's okay.
You know, I'm balls to the wall extra. And I think you get the very best of me now in this space. And I get the best of him as a partner. And there's a mutual respect there. And because there's a friendship there, like we fight for each other and we fight for the business and we fight for the family. We fight for the, you know, for our family and period. Yeah. Not because it's like in love, that's my man type thing. But that's my family. That's my boy. Like, that's my, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that allows for me to be open to the love space differently.
Hey, a win is a win. A win is a win.
Because when you win, he wins, your kids win,
everybody wins.
Yep. Everybody wins. And it's been a blessing. What was your question?
What started?
So what happened was, child. Okay. So we had a friend that launched a vodka. And he called Scott up and was like, hey, can you help me with the marketing? Now, at that time, I already had the salons. I've been doing hair for like 17 years. Okay. And I was writing our children's book called The I Cans. All of the characters have special needs, but the special needs are superpowers, right? Okay. So I had written the book, doing all of that other stuff. And Scott really fell in love with the alcohol industry, right? So I was like, all right. So I invested in it. I was more liquid at the time. Invested in it to get it, you know,
started.
To get everything started. So I like whiskey. and cigars.
I like
So
Okay.
initially we were going to go the whiskey bourbon route, but we couldn't get the barreling right, because aging, and it's very expensive, very expensive. And you need to have some serious capital, in my opinion, to really put out a product of consistency. Like I didn't want to have like a limited edition product.
Okay.
Because you're building, like now Jack Daniels can do something like that because it has like
they already have a stable brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when they do a limited edition, they could go for like $300-$400. Like, that makes sense. There's marketing for that. There's history behind that. We're new. They're like, you are a limited edition.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Like, you just got here.
You might be here next week.
Right. You just got here. Very limited edition. What's your name? So we knew we couldn't really go that route. Everybody already had a vodka, and then we had partnered in another vodka company. So we were thinking about tequilas, because I really like tequila. I praise the Lord that we didn't do tequila, because right around that same time, like George Clooney had come out with Casamigos. So all of like the celebrity brand, celebrities were like, well,
we make it a tequila.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it was just God's direction to go rum. Not really know anything about rum. I'm Zimbabwean.
Okay.
But Scott is someone that he will really study. Like he will find out where's the best, where you get, who's the best distillery, what are the best products. Like he'll find out, like he will figure it out on research. So he's like, we'll do a rum. So, okay, we'll do a flavored rum. So coconut. And then at that time I was like, well, let's put some coconut water in it. Cause I had goals to get my life together. And so I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot of coconut water. So all the samples would come back pink. Cause if you know anything about real coconut water, when it oxidizes and hits a certain phenol level, the water turns pink.
Okay.
So I was like, why is this pink like this? So the distillery explained that. I was like, oh, it's got to stay pink. And it was me, Scott, and our other partner, Zach. We were sitting at the kitchen table. I'll never forget it. And hey, Zach. And me and Zach were like, nah, it's got to stay pink.
Yeah.
And Scott was like, we're like, nah, it has to stay
pink.
Pink. And that is the thing I think that's really differentiated us, because there's coconut water in there. We did have a certified color just to make sure it's consistent throughout all of the bottles. And a little bit of liqueur is where your sweetness comes from. But the reason it's as smooth as it is because it's an actual rum and not a liqueur. So you don't get like that synthetic kind of
plasticky.
That experience. And so that was the inspiration. And then when we came up with the name, coming from a background standpoint, I was like, well, what's rum spelled backwards? And he was like, mur. It's like murmur. It's like boom. You know what I mean? Because it's just rum backwards. Yeah.
We were over at Boss Talks, and he was like, murmur. So that's every time
that's what we think about.
My God. I did hey Bryson. I did a segment with him as well. He actually just posted it. I'll check that out. But we were in there talking about how when the world starts saying murmur.
He started it.
Yeah, he started it. Because he was like, murmur. He was like, I'm going to do it on the show. She was like, no.
Let's just is so over him. She was like, please cut it out.
Yes.
I was like, I like it.
And I'm over here acting up with him.
And I'm over here just drinking
it. Yeah. It was really smooth. I was like, oh, this is good. We got to get her number. This is good.
That's coming from a non-drinker and a professional drinker. And both of us like it.
She's the professional.
We're going to bring it all together.
We're going to reach out and touch somebody.
We bring it together.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump down into our Auntie's Friends Business of the Week. So this is my little promo right here. If you're looking for a sexy, expensive, hold on.
Not expensive.
Right.
Not expensive.
I was with you on that part.
A sexy, expressive photo shoot. You want to step out of your comfort zone? Let our friends at Risque Boudoir fulfill your dreams and fantasies. So Risque Boudoir is a photography. She does all kind of sexy photos.
Have you ever had a boudoir?
Yes.
She did it. I haven't. Hers look real good.
Look,
they are amazing. I haven't had one either.
Look, hit our girl up because she does some
hers
amazing.
Look so
I'll show
good.
you pictures when we get off. Because what? Yes, I was like, that's me.
Right.
Oh my god.
See, I feel like that's super empowering.
Yes, it is because it makes you feel like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can be sexy, but not feel like trashy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's really empowering.
I love those. I'm not familiar with her, but I love boudoir photographers because it doesn't matter your body type.
Right.
It doesn't matter. They find just that sensual, soft
That
part
beauty
of you.
in you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes you feel comfortable enough to like kind of let yourself be vulnerable. Because if you've ever seen a person start a shoot,
Yes.
like you're like kind of
Tense.
and by the end of it, and you know what I'm saying, got a little swag in this about yourself. Like, okay, you feeling yourself now.
Definitely.
They have a gift to really to be able to do that. It's a beautiful gift.
Yes, I did a couple photo shoots for her, so yeah.
Okay,
it's pretty cool.
She's a professional.
A little bit.
What is her name again?
It's Risque Boudoir. You can find her on IG or Facebook at Risque. So RISKAY Boudoir.
I was gonna ask how does she spell it?
Yes, so we're gonna post it on our page, and then we also have, I think it says Fantasy Lips. So she is, she does needle services and no needle services for lip injections and fillers. She does have a special right now for $50 off of her special, off of her services, because she has a grand opening, and then we'll post her, her address and everything on there. She's a registered nurse, and her name is Janelle. So we'll post all of her information on
It makes them plumper.
Yeah, more plump. So it's $50 off right now.
My Creole grandma didn't bless me with the big
yeah,
black
I don't
lips.
need none.
Yeah,
I don't need
definitely
none.
not.
Yeah, mine little. It's okay.
Oh, I think they
They look good on some people.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, tell her that the aunties sent y'all. So, friend, where can they find us at?
You guys can find us, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your girls have started a Patreon.
Yeah.
So the Patreon is going to come with some special content and some special interactions where you guys can log in and talk with us and go over some topics y'all want to deep dive in. So make sure you check us out. And we also have our Printify link for merchandise. And don't forget, you can still always support the Murmosa Me Please cocktail book, which should be dropping this December.
Yes. So we're going to give y'all a little Christmas present.
Yeah.
Christmas present. Yes.
Get your book and a bottle of Murmur. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Where can they find you, Miss Murmur?
Well, our social media on Instagram is MurMur Rum CO. So that's MurMurRumCO. My personal is The Shammah Joy, TheShammah. And then our children's book and foundation is at The Icans, THEICANS on Instagram.
Okay, we're going to put you in the link so everybody can get them a book.
Yes.
They can get them some rum.
Help your children, help yourself.
Yes,
this for the whole family.
The whole
everybody.
family. The whole family. Well, y'all, I think that's the end of this week's show. Oh, don't be
Gonna miss
sad.
y'all.
You can come back anytime.
Okay, I'll see
You're
y'all
an
next
auntie,
week.
so you can come back anytime. All right, y'all. So that's the end of this week's show.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
I know you wanna get away, and you need time to yourself. Feeling so overwhelmed with problems, seems like nothing can solve it. Know you need a mental break. Well, come on and pull up a chair and have some fun with a couple friends just like you. Oh, this is Aunties and